April.
And Sarah.
And welcome to the chaos.
Welcome to the chaos.
Or enjoy the chaos,
Enjoy,
shall we
yes.
say.
Welcome to the shit show and enjoy the chaos.
That's us. Welcome.
All
What are
right.
we talking about today, Sarah?
So today we're going to talk about some of our favorite products.
Yes.
And basically what all it takes to make us look like we don't do anything to ourselves.
How many do you use on the daily?
Yes, just to get ready. And this came up in conversation the other day because we were talking about I have serious hair drama.
We all have hair drama.
We all have hair
Everybody
drama.
has hair drama.
So I also go to Abby at the Main in
Yes.
Sylvester to get my hair
Yeah.
done. She does about 90% of our office's hair at this point.
Sylvester, Georgia.
Sylvester, Georgia.
Yes.
And I was talking about how dry my hair was, and she told me that sometimes less is more. And so I got to counting, and I used 7 products on my hair from start to finish. Sometimes 8, because twice a week I was using a mask. And so she was telling me about how you had to pare back because some of the things that I was using may be counterproductive or whatever. So I was using a mask, and then I was using regular shampoo, conditioner, and then when I got out of the shower, a leave-in, a plumping spray.
It gets better.
It gets better. A heat protectant, and then an oil.
Yes.
So all the things.
All the things.
And so now I'm down to 3. And in 2
really
weeks.
good though.
In 2 weeks, I've seen a difference in my hair. So we're going to go over what we use.
Yes.
Some of our favorite things.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, we have our cocktail of the day. Tell us what we're doing, April.
So we are doing On the Rocks. And so it comes in this really fancy little bottle here. And you literally pour it over ice. And so it's On the Rock. And they have different flavors, right? So there's different drinks. There's like a Cosmo. We have chosen the jalapeno pineapple margarita.
Yes.
And so one thing about Sarah, she loves jalapenos.
I do.
Loves it. Loves it so much. I think she's about to turn me on to this. We like the spice.
Somebody was
Like
going to
the
make
spice.
me a sign that said, put jalapenos on it.
Yeah.
Because
She says that.
every time we order lunch at the office, put jalapenos on it. Tell them to put
Do you have
jalapenos
some
on it.
jalapenos?
Yes.
Put some jalapenos on it.
I have my own jar I keep in the refrigerator. All right,
That's
so let's
All
pour it
right,
up.
So let's pour it up. And just so y'all know, B is in the background. B also, y'all know a little bit about B. B is our producer and editor. She too has started drinking this in the background as well. So everybody is drinking it.
And so far her review is that it's
excited.
interesting.
Yeah, and it smells great too. So it smells, I almost get a little bit of jalapeno.
I smell it.
With a little bit of pineapple. I think it's great.
All right.
All right, cheers.
Okay, so we're going to go over this today as well as all of our stuff.
Okay, that's good.
So tell me, what is something that now that you're 40, or even before you were 40, like what is something that you're having to do in your routine that you never thought you were going to have to do? What have you added
All
in?
transparency, let me just tell you about something recently. So Sarah knows what this is. I'm quite certain that I'm about to say. I never really thought I'd have to shave my face. Who else is out there and they are having to shave your face? Okay, so recently we've been talking about this in the office too, and I was talking. I'm seeing all this peach fuzz on my face. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's getting worse. Like, what in the world? So I
feel
know
like we need a disclaimer. It's peach fuzz only.
peach fuzz only.
We're not
Peach
like having
fuzz
legit
only.
beard hairs. So
No,
let's
no.
clarify that.
That's exactly right. Just peach fuzz at this moment. So peach fuzz. And so we've been talking about how to get rid of that because really when you have your makeup, you put your makeup on, it really doesn't go to your skin, right? It goes on the peach fuzz. And really it can make your life better, make your skin look better if that is gone.
Right.
So I may or may not have taken the Chad. I'm married to the Chad. I may or may not have taken his razor, in which he specified was a Japanese blade, took his razor and shaved my face. Okay. So I started doing it and I'm like, okay, this is great. This is good. Super smooth. But he does walk in and he's like, okay, you know you'll probably grow a beard after this, right? So I'm like, no. It is a myth.
It's a myth. It doesn't grow back thicker.
Worried. I was like, oh my gosh. But it felt so good. I kept doing it. So I did my whole face, even though he was like, you may grow a beard. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to grow a beard and be super cute now. So anyway, I did that and it really made a huge difference. And so I try to do that once a week now with Chad's Japanese razor.
Okay. So that's what I need to invest in.
A Japanese razor.
I'm currently using these little tiny things.
Yes.
And I think they are specifically made for this.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the bangs have been a good thing because when I get to my forehead, I basically almost shave my eyebrow off every time.
I know.
So do you cover your eyebrows? Do you use your finger?
Okay.
Like, how do you keep from getting too close to your eyebrows?
So this may or may not be a funny. So I just noticed this morning that it's almost like I have shaved my eyebrow right here. So, of course I darken it with all the things. We'll get along, all the things for makeup things. But I don't remember doing that, know? So I'm like, it is dangerous. You start getting close. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to be really careful of where I place the razor when I'm doing it. So the things we do.
So there's a company, it's called The Art of Shaving.
Yes.
Is that where Chad's razor's from?
That is where his.
So prior to my husband growing out his beard, I was going to get him this huge kit for Christmas.
And both of our husbands are beard men.
The shaving, now he's growing out a beard, and I don't think the beard is ever going to go away. We're 8 years into the beard now. But I just want to get myself one.
That's exactly right. 100%.
Okay, so mine.
100%. Oh, God.
Mine.
Tell us.
But tell the world.
Tell the world, Sarah.
Nose hair.
Wah, wah, wah.
Tell us about
flip those things, those things.
Yeah, so they make a thing. Oh, it's jeans, obviously.
Yes,
Thank goodness that for the hairy men in our lives to have these products.
Yes.
But it's nose hair.
Yeah.
And I kept noticing I had a cold.
Yes.
And so I thought it's because I've been blowing my nose so much that I could literally jar, see my nose hairs in the mirror when I was putting my makeup on. And then the cold went away and they were still there. So now I have to trim my nose hair.
That's right.
Which is not anything I thought I was ever going to do. Nobody prepares you for it.
That's
and I have to tell you that if I ever have to trim ear hair, I'm just going to drive my car for bridge.
We're out.
I'm just moving into the retirement community. I'm hanging it up. I'm not doing anything else.
Not anything else.
If the ear hair comes, it's over. It's over.
I always thought men would be the only ones that have the trouble
with
the nose hairs, but that's not the case.
Nobody prepared me for that.
No.
Now, the dermaplaning, the shaving the face, I have been doing for a while.
Yeah.
Because, I think maybe even before Barrett. Because I know this beautiful older woman who's in her 60s.
Right.
And all she does is dermaplan and Pond's cold cream. Pond's cold cream. And so I didn't switch to the cold cream, but I did start dermaplaning, and it does make it makes your makeup better.
100%.
But apparently, there's a lot of other beauty benefits that happen with it, as far as it helps with exfoliating your skin.
Yes.
Getting the dead cells off.
100%.
Opens up your pores so that your product absorbs better. Exactly. So there's a lot of benefits that come with it, other than just not being Teen Wolf. Yeah. Which we're not teens anymore, but she wolf.
Scary.
Whatever. Yes.
Scary.
Halloween costume. But April and I did make a pact that we were going to start checking each other's chins.
We did.
Once we turned 40.
That's exactly
so
right.
If we started having those stray little we pull them out for each other. So now we're connected to life for life.
We are because of the hairs.
I love it. So you talked about eyebrows.
Yeah.
I'm going to shave my eyebrows off. Yeah. But I recently found an eye pencil that I absolutely love.
Okay.
And it's, I may be too old to be using it, but it's Kylie Jenner's.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes. Kylie Jenner's eyebrow pencil. I have really liked.
Yes.
The color matches really well. It goes on really well. And it lasts all day. Which has been another problem that I've had in my 40s is that I'm hot all the time.
Yes.
All the time. And so if you use the wrong stuff, you'll go from having an eyebrow to a mustache.
That's exactly right.
Because it will run. But I was just out in the heat of the summer at a jelly ball party today. Yes. And my eyebrows were still intact.
Oh my gosh.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. And it was hot. So
it's so hot.
We live in a place that is so hot.
Yes, Southwest Georgia.
The humidity is terrible. It's just hot.
The belly at the bottom of the map.
Yes.
It's like a swamp.
So you have to, we use a lot of products, but man, we have to.
Yes.
I feel like we absolutely have to.
That we do.
So I agree with you.
And for those that don't know what jelly ball is,
Oh, yes. Tell us about Jelly Ball today.
Bless
You
it.
just mentioned that. It was
So,
Bee's birthday party.
We had my son's
Yes.
8th birthday party. It was a Jelly Ball party.
Yes.
And I didn't know what Jelly Ball was. So
Me
he's,
either.
8-year-old boy. He's super into Nerf. Any way we can fight, have war, do any of the things. So I saw an obstacle course kind of set up in another friend's yard not too long ago. And so I called my friend to see where they got the Nerf situation from.
Yeah.
And she told me the name of the company, never telling me it wasn't Nerf.
Right.
So, so I called the company and talked to them. I don't call it Nerf. I say laser tag because in my head, I'm thinking something different. And so when I tell her when I have it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, she's like, you can't have a laser tag party in the middle of the day because it has to be dark.
That's right.
So
We'll
you
see
can
the laser.
You can see the laser.
Gotta
So
see the laser.
it's like, okay, blind moment. She's like, but what about a jelly ball? I'm like, what is jelly ball?
Yes.
And so she describes it as a hydro, like a water-filled ball.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So when they come and set up today, I'm thinking that when it hits you, it's going to explode.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No.
It's basically like a congealed jelly bean.
So it's hard.
It's
harder than one would think.
It's harder than one would think, and at close range, it hurts. So we paid for 2 hours, and after an hour, the party was a wrap because every kid cried. Every kid is covered in welts and bruises because they didn't care that it hurt.
Here's your party favorite.
Because we were playing my sister-in-law organized Capture the Flag, so they were like deep into it, playing the jelly ball. So I'm sorry, Lee County school system. There's 10 children that come into school tomorrow
with bruises,
and welts. So they have a fine home life. So
call Sarah.
Yes, just call me if you have any questions.
Sarah.
But it was fun. But to say that some of the new things that I have tried really held up because we were outside,
amazing.
The sun was blazing.
It's hot.
Again, my eyebrows are still intact.
Yes.
And I
That's
recently
great.
found a new primer that I used today.
Yes. Okay.
And
I'm
loved
excited.
it. And it's not expensive.
Yes.
Because you use an expensive primer.
Is it expensive?
Well, what's your definition of
So
expensive?
I use Tarte.
Yes.
See Quench. And it's like $32.
Yeah, because this one was
What
$8.
was yours? Oh, I was so excited about my Quench. 8 is good though.
8. It was
Eight's great.
8. The NYX Angel Veil is what it is. And I have used one of theirs before that was supposed to make you look like you had a glow.
Right.
And no strangers ever stopped me on the street and told me how dewy I looked. So obviously it was not worth the money. But this Angel Veil was great.
That's awesome.
I feel like my foundation stayed on, and it also could be a combination of the German planning yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. But, so you have the Quench
I
primer.
have the Quench. Is yours a 16-hour?
I don't know.
Okay. It's interesting. Some have that, time.
Right.
12, 16, 18 hours, whatnot. So I was curious about that. Because my setting spray is really important too.
Okay.
For me, because of the makeup I use, and which I love, Saint is what I use. It is an oil base, so I love it, but I have to have a setting spray.
Okay.
Primer as well, but setting spray. And I use it. So we talked a little about Jamie.
Yes.
Kern Lima, who owns It Cosmetics, or is the founder. And I use her setting spray.
Okay.
And it is a 16-hour, and I will say I love it.
I might need to try that.
It's really, really good. It smells good. It goes on. I've had some that you have like dots on your face. You're like, what do you do with that?
Where it hit.
What do you do with that? What's this there? Like, oh my gosh, I need a brush. Like, what is happening? So give me a brush. Let me fix it. But no, it goes on great. Just a great mist everywhere.
So in my head, setting spray is counterproductive because I feel like if I just put all this makeup on and then I'm going to wet my face, but that makes your makeup last longer.
Yes, 100%. And I've had some that makes your makeup run a little bit. So some are just not great, right? And so again, this is what we like, right?
Okay.
The things we like. But I will say that Cosmetics has a great
setting spray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great setting spray. What about for you? What do you do? What do you clean your face with?
So I recently I've turned 40. And if you tell me that it will make me look younger or help me lose weight,
it's in the bag.
I will buy it.
It's in the bag.
I will 1000% add it to cart.
Yes.
Because obviously it can't just be as easy as diet and exercise. Surely it's a cream that I put on before I go to sleep every night and I'm going to wake up.
A cream of something.
Yes.
Please.
So I just bought the Lumi face.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Now I will tell you I do like it. It does slough off all the dead skin.
That's exactly
it gets off all my makeup. Because here's a complaint I have with face wash. is it'll say it'll remove the dirt, the oil, the makeup, and all that.
Yes.
I'll scrub it, I'll put it on, and then I go get out of the shower, and I get my clean white towel. And and you see we're only like 2 sips in. I get my clean white towel, dry my face off,
Yeah.
makeup.
Yeah.
Like I just clown face on it. But
And
this
it should be clear.
It should be clear.
Yeah.
But this Lumi gets off every bit of it. Every bit of it.
Yes.
Even my eye makeup, which I don't touch my eyes with it, so it's like a miracle that it somehow gets my eye makeup off. But I've really enjoyed that. So I am using their face wash with it.
Yes.
I don't know that I'll continue that.
Sure.
I don't really. That's the thing. I can't find a face wash that I love. Do you
Right.
have a?
So this is just over the counter.
Okay.
Garnier
Okay.
Micellar Water. It's a it looks just like water. And there's different kinds. So I use the pink, which I think is just all skin type, even for sensitive skin,
Mm-hmm.
and just put it on a like a little pad. So I do have some exfoliating pads as well, but I use that day and night, and I
Okay.
love it. I've noticed for me, and I do have sensitive skin, but some cleansers for me break me out.
Right.
And they'll say, okay, well, it's good that you're breaking out because it's pulling everything out. Great. But I need it to stop that eventually.
Correct.
I don't
Yeah.
want to have blemishes forever.
Right. Right.
So this is super cheap and something that I love, and I probably will continue to use for some time.
Okay.
And it's just like water.
So
No
I
harsh
use
rubbing, anything like that.
The Isden.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. The
Yes.
Isden line of that.
Yes.
And really like it. And I was new to that.
Yes.
But it also, I've not ever used a toner or any
Yeah.
sort of cleanser outside of the face wash. So I have really liked that,
Yes.
adding that step in. Yet another step
One more.
into the process.
One more step for us.
Yes.
Yes.
So
What else?
shampoo that I just
Yes.
recently changed to that I love, that I really can tell is making a difference, is a Redken acidic bonding
Okay.
shampoo.
Yes.
Which I was terrified to put anything that had the word acidic on it.
I would be too.
On
Oh
my
gosh,
hair.
Does that not fry your hair? I think, oh my gosh,
right.
what's happening?
But it has really made a huge difference. So I
Yes.
used that shampoo, that conditioner, and then the Olaplex number 6.
And so you and I both used Olaplex. So you used Olaplex prior to this,
Yes.
right? And so I did like Olaplex too.
Yes.
So,
So
I
much
think this
that
is
you're
good.
now using their hair dye.
that's another funny story. So yeah, Sarah got me hooked on their purple shampoo with Olaplex.
And
And
what did I say when you
She
bought
did.
it?
She 100%. She was like, "Okay, it's really strong. It's probably the strongest I've ever had." That's what you said,
Yes.
and you were like, "So be mindful. Rinse it out, right? Super quick. Put it on. Take it off." I heard her. I really did. I heard her say it. And I like blondes that are not, I don't like my hair to get brassy, right?
Mhm.
And so I have used purple shampoo many times. When I put it on my hands and I rubbed it, I was immediately nervous
Right.
because my hands was immediately almost black, like it was so purple it looked black. And I thought, oh my gosh. So then I started on my hair, right? Well, of course, with my hair, I feel like I don't get enough. So I put some more on, right? And so I put some more on. So I'm sure like I'm scrubbing my hair and it says on the bottle 1 to 3 minutes.
Oh, if you put it on for 3 minutes,
Okay.
can you imagine?
No, I would have purple hair. Like this is the important
Yes.
piece. You have to wash that stuff out.
It was a beautiful shade of lavender.
It was a especially so I do have extensions, and so I love my extensions. Thanks to Salon Volume, Julia, here in Albany. But in that piece, it was so purple. Like I had to raise it up at work and be like, because I was a mess. I texted Sarah and I'm like, so I may or may not walk in with purple hair
Right.
tomorrow. And she's like, oh no. And sure enough, it was okay. Like the light was okay, but sure enough, underneath, if you leave that on too much,
Yes.
it will dye your hair purple.
So here's your warning.
Here is your
Don't
warning.
leave it on for 3
With
minutes.
Olaplex.
Whatever you do.
That's right. Purple shampoo. Again, awesome stuff, no doubt. But just make sure you rinse it out really
Yes.
good.
Yes.
But I do love that Olaplex. And so I was excited when you said, because sometimes Olaplex it makes your hair feel dry.
Yes.
And so I was excited about the one that you had tried. And
yes. So the number
enjoyed
6 apparently
Yeah.
is the good one.
Yeah,
So I've
for
only
sure.
got 3 things on my hair. So that has cut down that process.
That's drastic. That's
Drastically.
huge. That's huge.
And I've already noticed a difference.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the sad thing is, show me I had to give up dry shampoo.
And see, I was heartbroken by when you said that because I use that a lot.
Every single day when my alarm clock goes off, the first thing I think is, okay, when was the last time I washed my hair? Or can I do another day of dry shampoo?
One more day.
One more day of dry shampoo.
One more day.
Is all I think. Because that depends on if I can hit snooze 1 time or 2 times.
Yes. That's exactly right.
So now that I've had to cut out dry shampoo, I have a lot more ponytails.
Yeah, and that's okay. They look good.
But now that I think about it, it makes sense. It's like when you read a self-help book and it's like, oh my gosh, this was so obvious. Why did I not think of it? But the dry shampoo is supposed to make your hair not look greasy.
That's right.
So it sucks all the moisture out.
That's
right. Obviously, it's sucking all the moisture out. So why would it not be breaking?
Which we talk about. Yeah.
So I'm RIP dry shampoo.
Well, and I still have it. I can't give it up just yet. I love it. Sarah got me on to Batiste.
Yes.
And I love it. It's great.
Yes.
And so I'm trying. I'm gonna eventually get to a place where I'm gonna let it go.
Yes.
I'm just not there yet.
It's okay. It's all right.
But I do love it.
So
I do love it. But yeah.
What shampoo do you use?
So Olaplex.
Oh, Olaplex.
Okay. I do Olaplex every day. Yeah. And then, just the purple.
Yes, the purple
once in a while.
Yes.
In very small amounts at this point.
Yes, so
I will not ever do what I did before.
Rinse it.
I'm going to rinse it multiple times.
Hear me, rinse it. And I shampoo after. I did leave out that little small fact that I use it first and then I use a regular shampoo after, which probably makes a big difference.
I'm sure.
In that. So that's what we use on our hair. And then when
Yeah.
you get out, what do you do? Because we've traveled together.
We have, yes.
And you have
I have a thing.
You have a place on the counter. I mean, you
have a place.
You have a place on the counter.
What does this mean
exactly?
I mean, I do.
Yeah. There's a large black bag.
Ooh, I have my black box. I have several black boxes. So in my black box, I have, I use Pomifera for my skin. And so I use, first their Plump, which is a rejuvenating serum.
Okay.
And I do that at night only. And then I use their rose oil. It's rose oil. It doesn't smell like rose, but it's rose oil. And that helps produce collagen. It does have some hyaluronic acid in it as well. So I feel like it, to me, when you say that, isn't that the best thing out there? I don't know. And so that's what they say. So I use that at night. I don't use that in the day because I have that oil makeup, right?
Okay,
and so oil-based makeup. And so I use my primer only. But I do use that. I do have from Pomifera too vitamin C. And I don't use that as much. I'm not consistent with it, but if I do use it, it's in the day. Like it's in the morning. It's my morning regime, I would say. And then that's about it. I like to go to bed with my face. My mom always used to say this. She used to use Old Olay.
Okay.
And that was her go-to. And so my mom passed away in 2015. And so I don't know, her face, though, always looked like shiny. When you said dewy, like it reminds me of my mom, like the shiny, and so I always want to have that shine. But I don't use Olive Olay. Okay. So I feel like at night my face needs to be oily. All the oil, so it'll take all the creases, the wrinkles away.
Just in there.
100%. So I do that at night. I feel, and again, you've seen me at night. I'm very, very oily. and then I go to sleep, get up, and then only thing I do is I do a Tarte now. This is a new one for me. I used to use Unique, but I use a Tarte eye cream. It's also the C collection, like my Quench primer is.
Okay.
Use that under my eyes. It has some caffeine in it, collagen producing, and the primer, and then I put my makeup on. Okay. And I have that one thing with a million brushes.
Yes.
Off
Which
to
is the
races,
convenient thing
right?
about that.
It is.
Yes, it's the very convenient thing about that.
100%.
Now, I use the Istin eye cream.
Yes.
And it's at night. It's an age contour Istin eye cream that I use at night. But I feel like I need something for the day.
Yes.
Because, I mean, while I obviously want to look beautiful while I sleep,
yes,
I know it's like taking effect.
That's right.
Whatever, blase, blase. But I feel like if it's not on my face in the morning, it's not coming out.
Yes.
Or if that makes any sense.
Yeah, 100%.
And then we get the B word, both of us.
We do.
Get the Botox.
We do.
Which is so controversial.
We may or may not love it.
We're but it's a very thin line. And I feel like
we've had many conversations about this.
We are trapeze artists at this point.
Yes, 100%.
Because I don't think you would know.
No.
It's very easy to be overdone with the Botox. Yes. And I feel like that is something that women our age hate that saying, struggle with.
That's right. Yes.
Because we want to age gracefully.
That's right.
Obviously.
That's right.
But then we also want to feel confident. And if there's something that you can do that makes yourself feel confident and not look like Catwoman from the 80s.
We may or may not have pulled her up.
Because I'm so old, nobody knew who it was.
At the office, we had to pull it up. And we're like,
yes, there was a billionaire in the 80s that had so much plastic surgery to
look her up,
purposefully make herself look like a cat.
Yeah. And she did.
But I feel like there's also a lot of people now, not that look a cat, but they look overdone.
That's right.
Like there's women who, if you touch their lip, they're so full, it looks like they're going to bust.
100%.
Or they have no expression lines.
That's right.
And we've earned some of this. You know,
right.
a lot of the around your eyes is from smile and laughter, which is...
Check out my bloopers.
Yes, which is wonderful.
Yes.
And so I think we still want to have that natural movement, that natural look. But then also, I had a crease in my forehead that was so deep you could put your debit card in it.
Like we've talked about this too.
Yes.
Yes.
It was called the Classic 11. And I'll tell you, the first time anybody ever mentioned this to me, I was only in my 20s. And I was so offended. I went to a med spa for their weight loss program. Again, you tell me to help me lose weight or make me lose younger. Just save my money.
That's right.
I was doing their weight loss, and she said, well, what do you want to do about that situation on your forehead?
And you were in your, so I just want to back up. You were in your 20s.
I was in my 20s. And I was like,
you were in your 20s.
I'm sorry.
What?
What situation might you be referring to?
Situation?
Because at this time, I wasn't aware of the situation.
There is no situation.
There was no situation. I was 20.
There is no situation at 20.
There is no situation at 20. So that's when I first became cognizant that this is something that people look at. Yes, and I don't know if it's people in the industry specifically, if she was trying to upsell me or not. But, you know, fast forward, I waited a good 10 years after that.
Right.
Until it really got to where I could see it. And that's what stood out in pictures. And so that's really the only place I focus on. Yeah. I'm not getting any fillers. I'm not getting anything like that. Yeah. I just get that one little area.
That's right.
And apparently I still can make a face because the people that I've worked with have made me a sign that says fix your face. And bought me a shirt that says if my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. So I still have a lot of natural movement apparently.
Plenty of
But that's how I want to be. And you're the same way.
I am. Even though I had deep canyons in my, so, forehead, right? So forehead, crow's feet, right? So deep canyons when I say that. And I smile a lot too.
Right.
And I don't even know when you smile, does that even happen? I really feel like that's genetics.
Right.
But at the same time, it was so bad. I remember when I first started getting Botox, and I get about 50 units every single time.
Right.
And so when I do, I remember her saying to me, it's going to take a few times, right, to get that where it's smooth. And I was like, wow, it must really be bad.
Right. But it does because it's a muscle.
That's
and
exactly
it's
right.
Something they have to retrain, obviously.
100%.
And I do know they say it's preventative.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to have somebody reach out to me after this and say, but I don't necessarily think that I think you can start too young.
Me too.
And I think people do start too young.
I do too.
I think, we have people in high school that are getting Botox.
Oh my gosh, and that is unbelievable.
In their 20s that are getting Botox. You listen to me with your ears. That's what I tell Barrett all the time.
With ears.
Listen to me with your ears. You can start too young.
Yeah, I do agree.
I agree. If it gets, but I think, we're at a point where this is where we're at.
This is our age.
And that's okay.
And I am, I would say that I'm thankful for the Botox.
Right.
I'm thankful for getting it, and to each his own. Maybe you want it, maybe you don't. Right. And that's
of course,
okay.
Yes.
That's okay. But for us, we like it. And we love it.
It does make a difference.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So we hope you can find some new products that you may like.
Mentioned. That's right.
Yeah, that we've mentioned. And I give this a 5 on the chaos scale.
Yes, I agree.
I really enjoyed this.
Very
Just
good.
A small hint of jalapeno. So if you're a margarita drinker, definitely recommend.
It's really, really good. I love it too.
Yes.
That's right. So thank y'all for tuning in. So make sure to like and share our Facebook page at Enjoy the Chaos with April and Sarah.
That's right.
That's right.
Y'all have a great week.
Bye, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.